Hi, this is Justin Aquilante, ESA Sales Director, here today with Aaron Ergen, General Manager at Renewable Energy, Honeywell Process Solutions. Aaron, welcome. Aaron, for those that may not be aware, you're in the stationary battery storage space. Will you begin with what exactly Honeywell is doing and your offerings?
Sure. Thank you for that question, Justin. Look, I joined Honeywell 3.5 years ago, and before I joined Honeywell, I was under the impression that Honeywell focused on air filters and thermostats, but I was very wrong actually with that assumption because Honeywell, as an software industrial company, is operating in many different industries, very large industries, all the way from aerospace to a division that we have, performance materials and technology, where we're providing automation and control systems and many different solutions to those industries. So what we focus on today within performance and materials and technology, and within that division, actually, we have a business called Sustainable Technology Solutions. We're focusing on energy storage and energy management as an end-to-end solution. And it's about delivering outcome-based performance guarantees to our customers, both behind the meter and front of the meter, where really focusing on their pain points for different segments. For behind the meter customers, it might be more around electricity cost reduction, carbon footprint reduction. It might be about achieving their sustainability goals and how Honeywell can help by providing modular energy storage systems and coupling that with our software platform to drive those outcomes and to address those pain points for the customers. And for front of the meter, our solution doesn't really change. It's about providing that one-stop shop with all the guarantees from battery cell level all the way to the market participation on how we can drive benefits and how we can improve their revenue generation for front of the meter. We work with developers, we work with independent power producers on providing that end-to-end solution and really maximizing and optimizing at the same time their revenue generation for market participation, wholesale market participation, and different types of opportunities within the electricity market. So at the end of the day, it's not only about supplying batteries, but it's more about how we can monetize the energy storage systems with our software platform.
Aaron, you're in a new sector for Honeywell and a space as system integrator and a lot of competition. What are some of the reasons you believe you can compete and succeed over the long term?
No, a great question, Justin. It's a very competitive market. A couple of things here that we want to highlight. In terms of, I wouldn't really call ourselves a system integrator. We're providing that end-to-end solution, but not necessarily just for the batteries and those modular systems, right? Not just on the project side. Where we really bring value to our customers on the long-term service and operation of these systems with our software platform. And that's where you can really get the value, right? With creating revenue for our customers on how they actually monetize these assets. It's important to have the right technology on the project side that will address the needs of that specific asset where it's located in terms of the region. But at the end of the day, it's how in the next 5, 10, 15 years, you're going to be able to operate the asset in the most optimum way. And that's where the software capability and the platform comes into play. And when you look at our history and our background in automation and controls, optimization, that's where we really thrive. And that's where you can really differentiate yourself. Otherwise, providing just the project side of it, providing the batteries, very competitive. An important part of the project because that's where you establish the asset base. But the real value for our customers, for both behind the meter and front of the meter, is how you operate those assets, in different use cases, different environments, different regions, and really get the most out of those assets, either on the cost saving side or revenue generation side. So it's not about just the battery, the implementation or deployment, but it's about setting up that software platform and really driving the benefits in the long run for the customers.
Aaron, I understand energy performance contracts to be a key phrase and offering for Honeywell. What are energy performance contracts and how are they different from the term LTSA and typical equipment warranties?
Yeah, so in terms of performance contracts, that's what we're able to provide when you have this end-to-end solution, all the way from the battery cell up to the software platform where you're participating in the market one way or another, either behind the meter or front of the meter. Difference from LTSA is we still provide, equipment warranties, extended warranties, and guarantees, etc. But the performance contracts are more focused around what the customer is going to be needing for the life of this project in terms of either cost savings or revenue generation, right? How do we optimize a system such that they're getting the best out of their solution? And if you're looking at behind the meter for an industrial plant where they have what we call certain key performance indicators, they have certain needs for that specific plant. It might be around availability, it might be around uptime, electricity cost reduction. And what we do is, before we implement these types of programs, energy performance contracts, we sit down with our customers and really try to understand what's important to them. And we drive these workshops to come up with a certain number of key performance indicators. And then we put the infrastructure, both on the hardware and the software side, to address those specific needs. So what that allows us to do is, for the life of the project, it might be 5, 10, 15 years, we're able to drive towards those specific needs and put guarantees around those. So it's not just about putting an equipment warranty or providing a service against a fee, but on top of that, it's about guaranteeing certain outcomes, and against those outcomes, having a win-win scenario. So as our customers save more or generate more revenue, Honeywell in return is going to benefit from that. But if they are struggling with their performance in terms of cost savings or revenue generation, then Honeywell would also be sharing that. So it's a partnership structure where we drive in the long run, not just providing a service, but working together with our customers in developing a program that can drive outcomes so that we win as our customers win. And that's what we're seeing resonating with our customers, with investors, both for utility scale, front of the meter projects, but at the same time for commercial and industrial plants where there's a need to improve on their electricity costs or carbon footprint, or actually, work towards their sustainability goals.
Aaron, will you tell me about your remote operations center? What are the capabilities and how does this tie into asset management and your energy performance contracts?
A great question, Justin. Look, when you think about Honeywell automation and controls, it goes back decades, to your point. And we've been really providing complex automation and control, process control solutions for traditional industries, oil and gas, petrochemical, mining, pulp and paper, very complex projects, very complex processes. And when we've made the decision a few years ago to really focus on renewables, renewable energy and sustainability, the point was to be able to take our legacy solutions and apply them to this new industry where we can address these new needs for this market. There are different needs, obviously, for different markets, but bringing that knowledge, bringing that expertise of very complex automation problems or needs is really helping us in this industry. And when you look at our software platforms and software capabilities on identifying the issues with sites, resolving those issues, having predictive analytics capabilities, and taking all of that and applying to this new industry is a tremendous advantage that we have. And we have a huge engineering and technology team that is driving this effort, leveraging the learnings from other industries and applying to this one. Yes, it's renewable energy. It's new. It's new for everybody, and it's a very high growing market. So to be able to keep up and actually lead this market, you have to have a strong engineering and technology team and a background in these types of projects, in these types of automation and control systems. So from that point, I feel that we're very lucky to have this team and to have that decades of experience on automation and controls on how we can leverage it and now apply to this market.
Aaron, in some markets, no more than 50% of revenues on a storage project are contracted. How does Honeywell help the project finance community address this risk?
Absolutely. So, I've talked a little bit about our end-to-end solution, the software platform, and obviously we touched on the energy performance contracts too. But the reason we're able to actually provide energy performance contracts is because of the software platform and the remote operations capabilities that we have. That really enables us to provide a solution to our customers. So what do we really have in Remote Operations Center? It's the software platform that drives these benefits, but it's enabled by multiple softwares, the SCADA solution that we have in this platform. And the Remote Operations Center, the infrastructure itself, and then all the software capabilities that we have really help us manage different assets in different geographies in the most optimum way, right? We can have energy storage assets, we can have solar, we can have wind, we can have different mixed generation assets that we can operate from a single location. And we can work with multiple customers, a single customer with multiple assets, aggregate the different types of assets and respond to different events within the grid, or respond to different needs behind the meter. Also, a remote operations center enables us from a single location to be able to drive benefits for different customers, for different types of assets, and in different regions, right? So it's just that focal point that we have with our technology. We can help our customers drive those benefits.
Aaron, thank you for your time. We got a better sense of Honeywell and your offerings, from end-to-end fully integrated solutions to your experience and background in complex automations and controls projects, as well as how you address customer needs in both behind the meter with peak shaving and predictive analytics to front of the meter by optimizing revenue and grid participation. Thank you again for joining me today, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Thank you for the opportunity, Justin.